There's multiple moments along the way. I think I was like borderline laughing hysterically in the room because the acting was so good. And I remember saying to them, because there's nothing worse than you can do to another actor than tell them that they were brilliant in a rehearsal. But I was just like, I'm going to do it anyway, because what just happened there is not normal. And they are not normal actors, and I'm not in a company of normal actors. It feels really, really special.
How big is your emotional piece? It's been incredible. I'm still a little bit in shock. My mum and dad are here, so I'm so happy that they're here. And we're all flying back to New York in the morning to carry on with rehearsals. So I think there'll be a lot of sore heads tomorrow. But yeah, I could never have imagined this for myself. So it's very exciting, and I'm still taking it all in. But it's super exciting, and I'm chuffed to bits. And the three of us in the play have such a intense and challenging dynamic. But it's actually just a breeze to do it with them. And off stage we have a lot of fun, and it's very silly and it's very giggly, and that's nice because on stage there's a lot of crying.
I'm playing Vladimir Putin, and to be playing that part at this time, before I knew I was going to play it actually, was a great pleasure.
We're really excited about doing it again. Yeah, watch this space. Basically, it's going to happen. We just, we really want it to happen, so it will do. Yeah. I mean, I literally give birth in a couple of weeks, so give me some time and I'll be back to it. Yeah, can't wait.
I didn't imagine that this was going to happen, so I found it very overwhelming. I'm slightly embarrassed by how emotional I got, but that's fine. I'll deal with that later. Yeah, it's amazing. I'm slightly speechless. Yeah.
But when I got that first nomination for Memphis, I was absolutely shocked, because at first I thought, they're being nice, and then when it happened again last year for Faye Treadwell, I was obviously completely thrilled, but sat there thinking, Jessie Buckley's got this. Cabaret is extraordinary. She is extraordinary. What a wonderful room to be in. This is, third time lucky. Bloody hell. Sorry. No, this is amazing.
Richard Hawley is a one-off. He's unique. He's a rock and roll star. Anything could happen, and it did. I was so happy on behalf of the band and on behalf of the company, on behalf of Richard Hawley, on behalf of the music team that we've worked with, and Sheffield Theatres and the National Theatre to sort of accept the award, because the music seems to come out of Sheffield, obviously through Richard. It's an incredibly important piece. It's beautiful. I'm just overwhelmed.
I love it. I love cracking that whip. I really do. I've actually made it longer than what was in the Broadway version. We've added more music into it, so it's longer than what was there. And they have to dance it for longer. But I'm so glad that we did that, because I just really wanted to showcase what we have here, what we have in the UK, and the dance standard that we have.
This show has been such a joy to work on from the very first moment that Phelim discussed it with me. A massive challenge to put a film that's so loved on stage. But I think what we've all tried to do is really celebrate theatre in doing it. And so this is nothing like the film. This is a complete celebration of theatre.
And the theatre is the magical space and connect to audience directly. So that is, I think, the people, it's the audience, the children, family, they're coming to see the Totoro, meet the Totoro.
I think the movie itself is phenomenal, and the story that it tells of innocence and then growing into adulthood is just phenomenal, and it resonates with everyone, so I think it's relatable to everyone around the world.
I thought they read out the wrong person, to be honest. I was like, it's not me, it's not me, it's not me, it's not me. And then I heard my name and thought, maybe it is me. But yeah, shock.
Exactly the same, pure shock and what the hell is going on?
Oh dear, I've got to make a speech. That was my first reaction. Hastily followed by, wonderful, just great, and particularly in his name, because I owe him everything. With him for 7 years as my director, my actor, my friend, you know. So to receive something in his name at this stage of my life, it's wonderful, wonderful.
When I first found out about it, I didn't believe it. I thought it was a joke. My agent called me. I said, "Are you kidding?" He said, "No, seriously." And I thought, "But why? You know, I've never won this award. I've been nominated a couple of times. Why now?" And he said, "It's just for your lifetime body of work." And I went, "Yippee!"
The show is about Billion Zafar, two Pakistani gay Muslim men, one who's seeking asylum, Zafar, in this country from Pakistan, and the other one who was born here and is kind of dealing with hip-hop culture and all that sort of stuff. And it's their story.
This guy is a genius.
Stop it.
No, it's true.
You're a genius.
No, you're a genius.
You're a genius. Stop
When
it.
I first read that script, I remember it just sent chills through me, and I just knew that we had to do it.
You want to say it's not about awards and the rest of it, but it so is because we just won one. It does feel brilliant.
Insane, it's insane. And I mean, we're sitting there and we wrote a speech, which means we obviously believed that we did have the capability to win, but then you hear the words and your stomach falls out.
I wouldn't like to see the footage back because I think I went, yeah, which is not dignified in an evening dress.
I mean, that was very dignified right there.
I definitely did some movements that I'm not sure the tape on the sides, were, you know,
It's not
really,
holding anymore.
Really tested its robustness.
I think it's the best place for it. I mean, it's hard to pin down what it is. It's a play with songs, but it's a family show, but it works on so many different levels with different audiences. So I think Best Entertainment is as close as we can get to kind of capturing what the piece is, and that we've won it is just, it's great.
I feel like we've been on such a journey with this production. You know, we lost our leading actress so late in the day. The incredible Patsy Farran came in and sort of rescued us with about 4 days' notice, and we were hampered with illness and injury, and there was a point where it felt like it was just never going to happen. And I think I really remember sitting in the Almeida Auditorium and watching the first, the sort of final run through of previews, actually, once we managed to finally get the team back in and do the work we needed to do, and feeling like I was witnessing some really special acting. And I think that's really where it always starts and ends for me, and it's been a privilege to work with this group of performers, and I just think they're extraordinary. I don't know how they do it every night.
Do you know, I just didn't expect it. Even though you know it's a possibility, I think we sat there thinking, okay, hopefully we don't let the team down, but when we do, I'm sure they'll all be still happy that we were nominated. So it's just such
I think
an
it's a thing
incredible
you
feeling.
it's a weird out-of-body experience. You
Yeah.
see your name in the book. We knew it was coming up, and the closer it got, it was like, oh gosh, this could be a reality.
Yeah.
And then suddenly it was. It's a fantastic achievement to win this award. The Oliviers are kind of the creme de la creme of the theatre here, and so it's a huge honour and a great privilege to be opening on the 11th of April with our first preview with this garland around our shoulders. But, you know, I take nothing for granted. We have to go and prove ourselves there.
Absolutely.
And, you know, we're thrilled and excited about the show playing in New York and playing to American audiences, and we know that it will land and have a different nuance there, and we're just excited to see and explore what that is.
It's been wonderful. You know, we've been so grateful and so happy that the show has been embraced by London audiences.
When you're a curator, you go around and you try and find shows that will speak to audiences, that will speak to your colleagues, that will speak actually to the time that we're living in. And so I just feel really, really humbled and great that you came and you chose us, and that we were able to dance with you and live up to your dreams. And so it today, the Olivier, just a kind of lovely comma on the journey that is Oklahoma.
I think it was that very first preview in Sheffield in 2019 where we'd saved a bunch of the seats for former and current residents of Park Hill, the estate that the show is about. And we were really nervous because we didn't know whether the show was any good, we didn't know whether it was going to connect with audiences, and we certainly didn't know how the people that the show is about were going to react to it. And the standing ovation we got that night, which I'm very happy to say was the first of many, both in Sheffield and at the National Theatre, and hopefully will be the first of many in a further life soon. That was the one that really told us we're telling a story here that connects with people.
I mean, I'm not going to be too modest. I'll admit this was the hope. Like, you know,
Absolutely. Did I always believe there was a very dark moment around 2021 where we thought the whole thing was going to fall apart and never be seen again? You know, it's been a bit of an emotional rollercoaster, this show. But I knew, I think from the very first workshop in Sheffield in summer 2018, that was my first workshop anyway, that this was something that had the potential to be totally extraordinary, and it's the proof of a remarkable team all across every element who have got us to realise the full potential of this show, which is what I think we've got now.
Would you mind just flashing your award for us on the screen?
Let's say yes, my award. Thank you.
I'm glad I got to the end of my sentence then. I can only apologise.
That's okay. Thank you so much.